Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered why life keeps knocking you down? Why every time you rise, something stronger tries to break you? What if I told you that every single hit, every setback, every ounce of pain is not life defeating you? It's life testing whether you're strong enough to stand up and say, you can't defeat me. The truth is, the fight was never about the world trying to destroy you. The real fight has always been inside. It's against the voice in your head telling you to stop. It's against the weakness pulling at your soul. The people who break are the ones who believe that voice, the ones who let fear control them, the ones who think pain is permanent. But pain is temporary. It's weakness leaving the body. It's fire shaping steel. It's life molding you into something unbreakable. Most people quit when it hurts. Most people stop when they feel resistance. That's why most people stay average. But if you want to become unstoppable, if you want to walk through life with the armor of a warrior, you've got to embrace the suffering. You've got to look at the pain, the fear, the doubt, and tell it straight. You picked the wrong one. You can't defeat me. This speech isn't about motivation. It's about transformation. It's about becoming a person who doesn't fold when pressure hits. It's about being the kind of human who can take 1,000 hits and still stand tall. Life isn't going to hand you peace. It isn't going to hand you happiness. It isn't going to hand you victory. You've got to take it. You've got to fight for it. And the only way you'll ever win is if you choose to be unbreakable. Pain is not the enemy people make it out to be. Pain is the greatest instructor you will ever meet. Because when life strips you bare and leaves you with nothing but struggle, that is when the lessons arrive. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You grow when the fire burns. You raw and your only option is to rise stronger. When pain enters your life, it doesn't politely. It kicks the door down. It wrecks everything you thought was stable. It breaks your illusions and it leaves you standing in front of your reality exposed and vulnerable. But that's where the power begins. When you face pain without running, you transform into something unshakable. Most people avoid pain like a plague. They hide from it, medicate it, numb it, distract themselves until the sting goes away, but all they're doing is delaying their growth. The truth is, pain is a message. It's a signal that something inside you is ready to level up, and the only way forward is to stop resisting, start listening. Every scar in your body tells a story of battles fought, a story of moments you refused to quit. Every scar is evidence that you have walked through the fire and survived. Scars don't weaken you. They remind you that you were tested and you chose not to surrender. Scars proof that you are still standing when life wanted you broken. You will never discover your true strength and comfort. The gym doesn't make you strong because of easy reps. It makes you strong because your muscles tear and rebuild. Pain works the same way. Your spirit tears under pressure. Your stretches under struggle. And in the healing, you become stronger than you ever thought possible. Pain humbles you. It strips away arrogance. It reminds you that you're human, that you're fragile, and that you're not invincible. But instead of fearing that fragility, you use it. You channel it in resilience, because every time you walk through pain and come out alive, you earn the right to say, I have endured what others could not. Think about the moments in your life that changed you. They weren't sunny vacations or easy wins. They were the dark nights, the heartbreaks, the failures, the moment when you had no one but yourself to rely on. Those were the moments that built you. Those were the moments that carved out your identity and forced you to see who you really are. The mind loves to whisper that pain means weakness, but it's the opposite. Pain means you're alive. Pain means you're pushed. Pain means you're outside the comfort zone, where real transformation happens. The absence of pain isn't strength, it's stagnation. If you're not hurting, you're not growing, you're staying in the same place. You need to rewire how you see pain. Stop calling it suffering and start calling it training. Every setback, every obstacle, every failure is not punishment. It's the weight you need to carry to grow stronger. You're in the gym of life, and pain is the resistance. Without resistance, muscles don't grow. Without pain, your spirit stays small. People ask, why me? Why now? Why this struggle? But the best question is, why not you? Why shouldn't you be the one to carry the burden, to endure the storm, to prove what's possible? Pain isn't unfair. It's an invitation, an opportunity to step into the kind of strength you never knew you had, and to prove to the world you can't be defeated. When the body aches, the heart breaks, when the world feels too heavy, that's when pain whispers to you, this is the moment. This is where champions are made. Most people fold, but you keep going because you understand pain isn't stopping you. It's forging you into something unbreakable and untouchable. You must negotiating with pain. Stop asking it to go easy on you. It won't. It never will. Pain doesn't care about your excuses or your comfort, but it will respect your endurance. It will respect your refusal to quit. The more you stand in the fire, the more pain recognizes you as a warrior who cannot be broken. Pain brings clarity. When you hurt deeply, you realize what truly matters. All the noise fades away and you're left with raw focus on survival, on growth, on becoming better than you were yesterday. Pain strips life down to essentials. It makes you prioritize, it makes you sharp, it makes you disciplined. At the end of every painful journey, you look back and realize the pain was not your enemy. It was your ally. It was the force that dragged you out of weakness and shoved you into strength. You don't grow despite pain, you grow because of it. You are who you are today because of what you endured, not because of what was easy. So when pain shows up again, and it will, don't hide, don't run, don't numb it, face it, welcome it, endure it, and remind yourself, this is my teacher, this is my training ground, and as long as I can withstand this, no one and nothing can defeat me. The biggest fight of your life will never be with the world. It will never be with the critics. It will never be with the people who doubt you. The real war is always fought in silence with the voice inside your head. The one that tells you to stop. The one that says you're not enough. The one that tries to break you before anyone else does. Every single morning when you wake up, you step onto the battlefield of your own mind, the alarm goes off, and the first voice you hear whispers, stay in bed, you've done enough rest today. That voice is your enemy. It is disguised as comfort, but its mission is destruction. It will rob you of your dreams. If you allow it, the outside world can throw punches, but no blow is harder than the self-sabotage of your own thoughts. It's easy to fight an opponent you can see, but how do you fight the enemy within, the one that knows your fears, your weaknesses, your doubts better than anyone else? War is the most brutal battle you'll ever fight. Most people lose that war, they surrender before they even step out of bed. They let the voice dictate their day, they let it control their actions, they let it destroy their potential, but you must recognize that the war within is winnable. You are powerless against your own thoughts. You can train your mind just like your body. The voice in your head thrives on weakness. It feeds off your excuses. It grows stronger every time you listen to it. But the moment you stand up and act in defiance, you starve it. Every time you do the thing it tells you not to do, you chip away at its power. And little by little, you build a mind that refuses to break. The truth is, the enemy within knows every way to break you. It knows how to whisper lies that sound like truth. It knows how to twist your pain into reasons to quit. It knows how to magnify your fear until they feel like reality. But the only weapon it has is your belief. If you stop believing those lies, it loses its strength. Winning the war with yourself doesn't happen once. It happens daily. It's a grind. It's repetitive. It's constant. You don't silence the inner critic forever. You learn to live above it. You learn to hear it and act against it anyway. The discipline to win that war is forged in the thousands of small choices you make every single day. The war with yourself is about control. Who has it? Do you control your mind, or does your mind control you? If you allow your emotions to dictate your actions, you will always lose. But if you master your mind and learn to act in spite of fear, doubt, and fatigue, then nothing in this world can stop you. You will never defeat the outside world until you conquer the inside world. Because if you are weak internally, the first challenge crushes you. But if you are strong within, if your mind is fortified with discipline, resilience, and defiance, then the storms outside don't matter. The war within determines the war without. The battlefield of the mind is brutal because it never closes, it never rests. It doesn't give you weekends off, doesn't give you vacations. The war is 24/7, but that's what makes victory so sweet. Because when you train your mind to fight through that constant assault, you become someone who cannot be shaken. Every time you silence the voice of weakness, you build a new identity. You stop being the person who quits, and you become the person who endures you. Stop being the person who hides, and you become the person who faces you. Stop being the victim of your mind, and you become the master of it. That is how you win. This war is not won by motivation. Motivation dies fast. This war is won by action, by discipline, by choices repeated daily. You must show your mind who's in charge. You must teach it that no matter how loud the excuses scream, you will act anyway. You will move forward anyway. You will not surrender. When you win the war with yourself, you don't just win a battle, you change your life, because everything you do is controlled by the mind. If the mind is weak, the body follows. If the mind is strong, the body follows. When you conquer the mind, you conquer everything else in your path, because nothing external can shake a solid core. The enemy in your head is relentless, but so are you. Every time you rise when it says stay down, every time you run when it says stop, every time you push when it says quit, you remind that enemy who you are. You remind it that you are not its slave, you are not its victim, you are its master, and you will not bow. So remember, the war is not out there, in here, and the victory is yours to claim. The world can break 1,000 people, but the one who has conquered himself can never be defeated. Train your mind, harden your spirit, fight the inner war daily, and when life comes for you, you will already be battle-tested, unshakable, unstoppable. Limits not real. They are walls built inside your mind by fear, by doubt, by the lies of people who settled for less. Every time you say, I can't, every time you say it's impossible, you are building those walls higher and higher, but the truth is, those walls are illusions. They crumble the moment you decide to push through them. Most people never test their limits. They stop at tired, they stop at discomfort, they stop at fear. And because they stop there, they never learn that tired is just the beginning. Pain is just the doorway. Fear is just smoke. Limits are nothing but a line you drew in the sand, believed was permanent. When you hit the wall and everything inside you screams, stop. That's the moment that defines you. Most people turn back. They retreat to comfort. They call it wisdom, but really it's surrender. If you want to become unstoppable, you have to go beyond the wall. You have to see the wall as an invitation, break it down. The body will always quit before the mind. Your muscles will ache, your lungs will burn, your heart will pound, and your mind will whisper enough. But here's the truth, you are only using a fraction of your true capacity. The body is a machine built to endure, but the mind pulls the brakes too early. Limits are mental, not physical. Think about every great achievement in history. It came from someone who refused to accept the limits of the time they lived in. They refused to accept the word impossible. They decided to test the boundaries of human potential. And when they broke those limits, the world followed. But it started with one decision. I won't stop here. Your mind loves safety. It craves predictability. It wants to keep you in the box where nothing hurts and nothing grows. But safety is a prison. It may protect you from pain, but it also robs you of greatness. Every time you choose safety, you choose smallness. If you want growth, you must be willing to break the cage. Limits are fear in disguise. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of suffering, fear of loss. But fear only has the power you give it. When you step forward, in spite of fear, you discover it was never real. The limit wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of a new level of strength inside you. The moment you break one limit, you realize the truth. There is no finish line. Every wall you destroy reveals another. Every limit you shatter exposes a higher one. But that is the beauty of growth. You are never done. You're always capable of more. There is always another mountain, another battle, another level of yourself to unlock. If you accept limits, you accept defeat. If you accept defeat, you accept a life of regret. And regret is the heaviest chain the human can carry. But if you choose to fight limits, if you choose to push through when it hurts, you create a life of freedom because you prove to yourself that nothing and no one can stop you. Breaking limits isn't about talent. It's about willpower. Talent will quit when it's uncomfortable. Willpower keeps moving when it's unbearable. Talent is a gift, but willpower is a weapon, and the person who refuses to surrender will always break past the person who relies on talent alone. Every time you go beyond what you thought possible, you rewrite your identity. You stop being the person who quits you. Stop being the person who hides you. Become the person who endures, the person who conquers, the person who cannot be defeated. You start carrying proof inside you that you are stronger than any wall. Limits are not there to stop you. They are there to reveal you. They show you what you're made of. They expose your weakness, but they also uncover your strength. When you need a limit, you're really meeting a version of yourself you haven't unlocked yet. The stronger version is waiting on the other side. Pain is the toll you pay to break limits. There is no shortcut. There is no easy road. You bleed, you sweat, you suffer. But in that suffering, you grow. Suffering is the hammer that smashes the walls of your limits. The question is, are you willing to pay the toll, or will you settle for comfort and call it a life? When you break limits, you inspire more than yourself. You show others what is possible. You light a fire in people who thought they couldn't. You become proof that the human spirit is unstoppable. You become the example that strength is not about avoiding limits. It's about destroying them. So every time you hear the voice that says you can't, every time you feel the wall rise in front of you, remember this. It's not a stop sign. It's a challenge. It's like daring you to see how far you can go. And the only answer, the only response is to push harder, go further, and prove once again you can't defeat me. Motivation is weak. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you wake up fired up, ready to conquer the world, and other days you wake up unmotivated, broken. If you rely on motivation, you will fail because it's not dependable. Discipline is the only thing that stays when motivation dies. Discipline is not about feelings. It's about decisions. It's about doing the thing you promised yourself you would do long after the excitement is gone. It's about getting up when the bed feels like heaven and your body feels like hell. It's about showing up when nobody claps and nobody sees you. Motivation whispers sweet lies. It tells you that you can do it tomorrow. It tells you that skipping one day won't matter. It tells you that you've done enough. But discipline tells you the truth. It tells you that tomorrow doesn't exist. It tells you that every choice counts. It tells you that there is no enough, only more. When you live by motivation, you live like a leaf blown by the wind, tossed around by moods, feelings, and circumstances. But when you live by discipline, you are anchored. No storm can move you. No emotion can break you. No excuse can control you. Discipline makes you immovable. The world worships motivation, flashy speeches, inspiring videos, words that light a fire, but fires fueled by motivation burn out quick. Discipline is the steady flame. It's the fire that burns all night long when the world is dark. It's the power that doesn't quit even when you do. Discipline is lonely. It doesn't come with cheers or applause. It's built in silence. It's forged when you run alone, when you grind alone, when you push alone. It's the nights when you want to quit, but don't. It's the mornings when you'd rather stay down but rise anyway. That's discipline. Motivation waits for inspiration. Discipline doesn't wait. It acts. Motivation looks for comfort. Discipline looks for challenge. Motivation listens to moods. Discipline listens to standards. Discipline doesn't ask, how do I feel? Discipline asks what needs to be done and then does it. Discipline is backbone of greatness. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Dreams without discipline are fantasies. Strength without discipline is fragile. Everything you want, everything you dream requires discipline, because without it, nothing lasts, nothing holds, nothing survives. When you train discipline, you are training freedom, because freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you feel like. Freedom comes from controlling yourself, from mastering your impulses, from building a life where you are in charge, not your moods, not your laziness, not your weakness. Motivation will abandon you in the storm. The discipline will carry you through it. Motivation will disappear when it hurts. Discipline will drag you across the finish line. Motivation will quit halfway. Discipline doesn't know how to quit. Discipline is the soldier inside you that refuses surrender. Discipline is pain, but it's the kind of pain that makes you stronger. It's saying no when you want yes. It's pushing forward when you want rest. It's choosing the harder road every single time, because you know the harder road is the only one that makes you better, the only one that makes you unstoppable. Motivation is for the moment, discipline for life. Motivation makes you feel good. Discipline makes you great. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the firestorm that keeps burning year after year, through failure, through fatigue, through defeat, until success has no choice but to appear. Every time you act with discipline, you build trust with yourself. You prove that you keep your word. You prove that you are stronger than excuses. You prove that you can rely on you, and that is the foundation of confidence, the foundation of strength, the foundation of being undefeatable. Without discipline, you're fragile. The first obstacle destroys you. First setback breaks you. The first failure crushes you. But with discipline, you are steel. You are built for storms. You are built for struggle. You are built for victory, because you will not stop when others do. So forget waiting for motivation to arrive. Stop depending on feelings. Choose discipline, because discipline will outlast every excuse, every weakness, every storm. And when the world comes against you, you will stand unshaken, because discipline is the armor that makes you truly undefeatable. Life will throw you into darkness, whether you like it or not. It will rip away comfort, tear apart plans, and leave you standing in the storm alone. Most people run from that darkness. They pray for light. They wait for rescue. But the truth is, nobody is coming, and the only way out is through darkness, is where the world quits. It's where dreams die and where weak spirits break. But darkness is all where warriors are born, because when the world leaves you with nothing, you either fold or you fight. And in that fight, you discover a side of yourself you never knew existed. You cannot avoid darkness. It will visit your life through pain, through failure, through loss, through betrayal. But instead of fearing it, you must embrace it. You must learn to sit with it, breathe in it, walk through it, because darkness is not your enemy. It's your forge. It's where strength is hammered into steel. Most people think the light will save them. They think happiness, comfort, and ease will build them. But light alone cannot create warriors. Light makes you soft. Darkness makes you sharp. Light makes you complacent. Darkness makes you unstoppable. You need the dark to reveal who you really are. When everything falls apart, when when you lose people you love, when your plans collapse, when your body is broken. That's when the voice of darkness whispers, quit, give up, it's over. But if you stand tall in that moment, if you refuse to bow, you prove that nothing can defeat you, not even the night itself. The darkness strips away illusions. It takes away fake friends, fake confidence, fake strength, and leaves you with the truth raw and unpolished. In that truth, you meet yourself, not the version you show the world, but the real one, the fighter, the survivor, the one who refuses to die. No matter how heavy the burden, you will never know how powerful you are until you face darkness. You will never know your true strength until lights go out and you are left with nothing but grit and willpower. When you stand in that black hole and keep moving, you become something untouchable, something no pain can break. The darkness is training ground. It's the boot camp of the soul. It teaches you patience. It teaches you hunger. It teaches you resilience, because in the dark, there are no shortcuts. There is no applause. There is only struggle, only suffering, only growth. That growth is what makes you undefeatable. Embracing darkness doesn't mean loving pain. It means respecting it. It means understanding that storms will always come, but you are the storm's answer. It means knowing that no matter how long the night lasts, you carry the fire inside you, and the fire is enough to light your way forward. The world is obsessed with chasing light, chasing positivity, chasing comfort, but that obsession makes people weak, because the first darkness comes, they collapse. They don't know how to handle it. But when you train yourself in the dark, when you learn to live there, you carry strength that no one else has. Every failure, every heartbreak, every betrayal is another night in the dark, but every night you survive, you collect strength like armor. You become harder, sharper, tougher, until the dark doesn't scare you anymore, because you've been there before. You know the path. You know you will not break. People will look at you and wonder how you endure so much. They will ask how you survive storms that destroyed others, and the answer will be simple. You didn't avoid darkness. You embraced it. You made it your home. You learned to thrive where others only suffered. You became the storm itself. Darkness doesn't mean hopelessness. It means opportunity. Opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than circumstances, stronger than pain, stronger than loss. The darkness is not a curse, it is a test. And if you pass that test, you walk out unstoppable. When you embrace the darkness, you stop fearing it. When you stop fearing it, you stop being controlled by it. And once you are no longer controlled by fear, no force on this planet can hold you back. You are free, because the worst has already come and you stood tall. So the next time the lights go out, don't panic, don't collapse, smile and say, this is where I belong. This is where I grow. This is where I prove once again that I am not weak. I am not fragile. I am not broken. I am forged by the dark. And because of that, you can't defeat me. Defiance is the voice inside that refuses to bow when life demands your surrender. It's the fire in your chest when the world tells you you're finished. It's the refusal to quit when quitting would be easy. Defiance is not arrogance, it's survival. It's strength, it's the backbone of the undefeatable. Life will try to break you. It will stack odds against you. It will throw storms, betrayals, failures, and pain you. But defiance is standing in the middle of that chaos and saying, no, you will not have me. You will not take me. I will not bow. This is where I fight. Most people mistake defiance for stubbornness, but stubbornness is blind. Defiance is clear. Stubbornness ignores reality. Defiance stares reality in the face and moves forward anyway. It's choosing to rise in the exact place where others lay down. It's choosing to keep swinging when your body is done. Defiance is born in the darkest moments. It's forged when you've already been beaten down, and yet something inside refuses to stay down. That refuses your power. It's the force that lifts you off the ground when the world expects you to stay buried. Defiance is the resurrection of your will. You must understand that the world does not respect weakness. It respects resilience. It respects those who defy the odds, those who keep going when no one believes they can, those who spit in the face of defeat and say, not today, not me. I am still here. I am still fighting. Defiance is dangerous to fear, because fear thrives when you listen to it. But when you stand tall and act in defiance, fear shrinks, it collapses, it loses its control over you. Fear has as much power as your obedience. Once you stop obeying, you are free. Every breakthrough in history was an act of defiance. Someone looked at the limits of their time, looked at the impossibility in front of them, and said, I don't care, I'm going anyway. Defiance changes the rules. It rewrites the game. It takes the impossible and makes it possible through refusal to quit. Defiance is not loud. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to take one more step, to endure one more round, to face one more day when you should be finished. Defiance doesn't need audience, it only needs your commitment to keep moving. The world will try to chain you with labels, with doubts, with expectations. It will try to box you in, tell you who you are and what you can do. But defiance breaks those chains. It tears down those boxes. It refuses to live by anyone else's rule but your own. Defiance is the weapon of the broken. It's the shield of the wounded. It's the sword of the forgotten. When everything is stripped from you, defiance is what remains. It's the unshakable core that says you can take everything from me, but you will not take me. When you live with defiance, you become unpredictable to failure, because failure expects surrender, but you give it resistance. It expects silence, but you roar. It expects death, but you rise. Defiance confuses defeat, because defeat only works on those who accept it. You must cultivate defiance daily. You must feed it with action, with resilience, with consistency. Every time you do what weakness says you cannot do, you grow stronger in your defiance until one day nothing has power over you. No voice, no fear, no obstacle, no failure. Defiance is the ultimate freedom, because when you refuse to be defeated, you are untouchable. People may doubt you, people may betray you, life may crush you to the ground, but none of it can destroy you because you refuse to allow it. You are unbreakable by choice. The words "you can't defeat me" are not just a statement, they are a declaration. They are the line you draw in the sand. They are the promise you make to yourself that no matter how hard the world comes, you will not lay down, you will not die, you will not quit. So carry defiance in your chest like fire. Let it burn when life turns dark. Let it roar when pain gets loud. Let it lead you when the world turns its back. Defiance is power and is freedom. With it, you can walk through any storm and come out untouchable, unstoppable, undefeated. You've heard the truth. Pain is your teacher. The war is within. Breaking limits is your calling. Discipline is your weapon. Darkness is your forge. And defiance is your power. Every one of these keys is theory. It's reality, and reality doesn't care if you're ready. It demands that you rise or you fall. You can choose to live like the majority, soft, fragile, built for comfort, built for excuses, but when the storm hits, they collapse because they never trained to endure the fight. Or you can choose the path of pain, discipline, defiance, the path of the few who cannot be broken. Life will not stop testing you. Storms will come, battles will rage, darkness will fall, and pain will strike again and again. But each time it comes, you now know the truth. It is not here to defeat you. It is here to refine you. It is here to show you the strength buried inside. Every time you stand in the fire, you become something new. You leave behind the weak version of yourself, and you step into the warrior, the survivor, the conqueror. You are always meant to be the world. It doesn't hand you strength. It forces you to earn it. One scar, one battle, one fight at a time. The world wants you weak because weakness is easy to control. But when you rise, when you defy, when you refuse to break, you become dangerous, not just to your enemies, but to the doubt, the fear, the excuses that ruled your life before you become untouchable. Understand this: there's no finish line, there is no final victory. This is a lifelong war, but that should excite you because it means there is always another level, always another chance to prove yourself, always another mountain to climb. You are never done, you are always growing. Most people will die never meeting their true self because they live behind fear and limits. But you will not, because you chose to fight, you chose to push you chose to bleed, you chose to rise in defiance, and in that choice, you became someone who cannot be defeated. You are not here to blend in, you are not here to live average, you are here to show the world what's possible. When a human being decides to stop running from pain, stop negotiating with weakness, stop waiting for light, and instead becomes the fire. Every scar you carry, every loss you suffered, every battle you fought has brought you here to this moment where you can look the world in the face and say, "You tried to break me, you tried to bury me, you tried to silence me, but I am still here standing stronger than ever." The path forward will not be easy. It will be filled with more storms, more setbacks, more nights in the dark, but now you know the secret. The storm is not here to drown you. The dark is not here to bury you. They are here to forge you into something unbreakable. Pain will return, fear will whisper, doubt will creep in, but now you are armed. You know that pain is training, that fear is smoke, that doubt is a liar. And every single time they come, you will rise again because you have proved, you have lived it, you have survived it. Discipline will carry you. When motivation dies, defiance will lift you. When weakness screams, darkness will train you. When comfort tempts, and every single time the world thinks it has you, you will rise again because you were built for this. You were forged fire. So the next time you hear the voice that says stop, the next time you feel the weight of life press you to the ground, remember this moment. Remember the war you've already fought, the limits you've already broken, the pain you've already endured, and remind yourself, I am not done. This is about being perfect. This is not about being fearless. This is about being relentless. It's about being unshakable. It's about standing tall no matter how many times you fall down. It's about carrying one truth inside your chest, so strong nothing can break it. And that truth is this: when the world doubts you, when life crushes you, when pain tests you, when darkness surrounds you, you will rise, you will fight, you will endure, you will conquer, and you will roar with everything inside you. These words: you can't defeat me.